Original Front Hood Compton Crips, where no busters are allowed.
For the dime moves and the lokes, for the 6-4s on spokes, for the OGs that did a dime, came back around on parole. For the homegirls with the scrap game, little homies that gang bang, from Pelican Bay to YA, rearrange your mind frame. Yeah, I know what you've been through, shit you had to go tend to. Your mama gave birth on the turf,
I was the founder. I created Segundo Park in my mother's garage.
I had a lot of, lifting weights, and I was on swole. They started calling me Big Miz.
Original stutter box. Eastside 5, who's Pebble on Bishop, Mill City Gangsta Bloods.
K.M.V, you know, this is for sure, K.M.V, open your soul.
This is only the beginning. I'm OG man from Compton Front Hood Crip.
Where'd you grow up at?
Compton.
Where at in Compton?
133rd and Slater, in front of it.
You have any brothers and sisters?
Yeah, I got 2 sisters, one resting in peace. I had 3 brothers. My big brother resting in peace, and my baby brother Inch in front of it.
You got a 2-parent household?
Yes, I did.
About how old are you?
6 years old, just turned 60 on the 1st of November.
Okay. And what elementary school did you attend?
Crip in Nelson County.
Junior high?
Willowbrook.
Is that where most front hoods went?
Yeah.
And high school?
Centennial.
Centennial is the closest high school to your neighborhood?
Yes, it is. That's why I want to go to Compton High. Centennial right in my backyard.
Y'all have a lot of problems with the Pirus?
Nah.
No.
That was a Crip school when I was going there.
So when did Front Hood actually come out?
Front Hood come out in 71.
And prior to that, what was the name?
It was always the front, because this the front of Compton. Whenever you get to El Segundo Blvd and say, welcome to Hub City, this is the front of Compton.
And what was the H originally for in Front Hood?
Hustlers.
The Front Hustlers. And y'all put the Crip on in 71.
Crip, Front Hood is called Front Boys. I'm a front brother. My generation, 1975, we came up with the idea saying we want to be front hustlers because our big homies, John Washington, Ted Bull and them, Bodine and them, they was hustlers, they was players. So we wanted to be like our big homies. We wanted to wear tailors and have perms like them. So we came up with front hustlers, original front hustlers, but we was always Crips. The Crip come on, everybody already knew we was Crips. We started putting CC on it because Compton, you got to say, every Crip hood in Compton got to have Compton Crip on it. See, Front Hood my name, but Compton Crip is my last name. You feel me?
I like the way you said that.
Yeah, because I got it like that on me, OFHCC. You feel me? I got OCC on me. When Crippin' first started in Compton, every Crip from every hood had OCC on them, original Compton Crip.
So when you attended Centennial, you ran across a lot of the big names from Piru?
Oh, yeah. Ones that went there when I was in there. Big names like who?
The Lorenzo Bentons or...
I just left him.
In prison?
Yeah, I just left him.
A.C. Moses?
I know him.
Terry Carter?
Terry Carter was one of my partners. I knew him and his brother Ralph, resting in peace.
Tam?
I knew Tam. I was going to Centennial when Tam got killed.
Lil Vince?
Lil Vince.
There was an incident that happened back in the day. Somebody had their leather coat taken and Raymond came up there.
Yeah, that was one of my big homies from Corver.
Okay.
Somebody stole, he was playing football, they broke in the locker, stole his leather coat. You know, shit, Crip Heaven came out to play, they all hit Centennial.
When you say big homie, what was his name?
Well, his name was Zane. They stole his leather coat. Raymond and them came up there and got on the rules and started a big old melee up there. I was at Willowbrook when that happened. I'll never forget, I was on that canal bridge. You know, it wasn't no Uzis back then or nothing. Some type of way, a 38 or something must have hit there, and motherfuckers had to get it, just dispersing. And that canal bridge looked like it wanted to fall. There was so many motherfuckers on that canal bridge, you feel me? But it was active that day. You feel me?
Mm-hmm. I skipped ahead. I should have talked about the Little League. This park used to have a baseball field in it.
Oh, yeah.
Who were some of the big names that played ball here?
Roy Smith, Roy White, Reggie Smith.
This is why we been hanging all night and
Lonnie Smith.
the days in the city Compton where the cheese stayed on there.
Feel me? That's a few.
Yeah,
Michael Ty used to play for the Raiders back in the day. Grew up on my street on Slater. He played here. A lot of baseball players came out this park. Then from here we went to Pop Warner.
Can't stop, won't stop till my best can try. Until the day I'm down, it's still up the cops. This is the game. This is how we been.
So let's get to the Front Brothers.
Yeah.
Why the Front Brothers? Give us a little
We was
history on
brothers.
that.
That's how it was. We was brothers. I couldn't tell you what made my big homies come over with Front Brothers. We was just Front Brothers. Some dudes used to say, well, where y'all going with Front Boys at? Now we ain't boys.
Right,
We
right.
Front Brothers.
Right.
Front
Y'all
Brothers
wanted that
Incorporation.
cohesiveness.
In the early 70s, you can go through here and you'll see FBI on the wall that say Front Brothers Incorporation. Right? But my big homies, Greg Cross and Pat Bull and Mac Washington, them dudes was players, man. You feel me? They was players and we wanted to be like them. You feel me? John was one of the dudes that made me want tailors. Cause he stayed tailored up with a long fly, you feel me?
I'm glad you mentioned that because on our earlier videos, Billy Dog Bruno made this statement. He said that all the cripping, how we got our gear, as far as the tailors and being player, came from the Front Hood.
without
He
a
give that
doubt.
respect to you guys.
Without a doubt. Then Big Mac and Fat Soap and them, Big Ollie and them, they followed suit. But they got that from them. A lot of us thought we went to Arthur Williams. Arthur Williams came later, man. My first tailor came out of Fruit Town, out of a dude named Taylor Michael Roach. My first tailor hat came from a dude named Frank Van from the Pocket. Him and my big homie Pet Bull was like
the
brothers.
Dutch boy?
Yeah, gave my first tailor hat. I was in 7th grade. I used to wear it every day till it got blacker than me. You feel me?
So let me ask you this. During that time, we're talking about 71, right?
Yeah.
Was Corner Pocket in this?
You know, I heard somebody say that before, so I'm going to keep it 100. You can't say it ain't no pocket if it ain't no front hood.
Okay.
You feel me?
And the only thing that divided was
What's that divider?
that island.
That's
right?
the only thing divided
You can
us.
go back and forth
Cool.
either way.
Because you notice they got OPH. They started saying original pocket hustling when we started saying original front hustle. Some of my childhood best friends is from the pocket.
Right.
You feel me?
Can you give me a roll call of the early Front Brothers?
Man, shit. Yeah, shit. Got even my homie AB resting in peace. Mac Watts, Greg Cross, Pet Bull. My homie that taught me how to skate Marset. Then I got my big homie Hunt from the front with the green eyes. Tony Hodge, Bobby Hodge. They little brother used to play for the Atlantic Falcons, Floyd. You know, it was a few of us, Denny Moe. You feel me? It was a lot of them. Some of them, my homie Boom Man Mulligan, Denley Edison, resting in peace. You know, these were some of the
Was
dudes.
Bodine part of the earlier?
Bodine is my big homie.
Okay.
That was one of
Just
my
wanna make sure
mentors over here.
We include him in
Yeah,
this.
Jeffrey Bodine was one of my mentors over here. Him and Mac Watts' brother Lil Watts. That's who had my generation. That's who we looked up to.
Rest in peace, Alvin.
Yeah, him and Bodine was like brothers. Bodine and Alvin, that was my generation. Bodine was one of the dudes used to get mad at some of the shit I used to do when I was little because I was like a little managed little cat. You feel me? But he also taught me a lot of shit. You feel me? He taught me a lot of shit coming up in this shit.
So
Tell us about the boy Bully.
Bully, that's one of the big homies. Bully, you know, you might, because they say bully, you might be under some shit of bully. No, he wasn't no bully. He was the nigga that bullied the bully. You understand what I'm saying? Bully had hands like Ali, man. You know, if he say he can knock you out in one, he gonna knock you out in one. If he say he can knock you out in two,
So
you
everything
gonna
that
go out.
Pretty Kenny said about Bully was
Oh, that's true.
okay.
You can go on the west side of Piru.
Shout out to Pretty Kenny.
Yeah, for real. Bully big brother was one of his oldest brothers was my baseball coach, Joe James. That was my first baseball coach at this park when I played for the Yankees.
Gang bang, or was he a civilian?
Let me see, man. How should I answer this? I'm gonna answer this without being rude and disrespectful, right? Every hood got 20 gang members, but it's 100 people living in them hoods. That's what make them a part of that hood. My homie over there, Big Boo. Big Boo was born and raised in Front Hood. But let somebody get into it at Centennial, he gonna drop the baseball glove down. He gonna support his childhood friend. That's how all that come about. You got people, you know, to me, I ain't got no associates over here. You either from Front Hood, you ain't from Front Hood. You from Front Hood because you live here. Because you didn't put that blue rag in the pocket just meant you can go somewhere else. You feel me? But Larry James and them dudes y'all asked me about, to me, they was Front Hood dudes. You feel me? Them was front brothers. You feel me? LaSalle was my big homie. He was from the pocket. But if LaSalle was standing right here, tell you he was from front and corner pocket. You feel me? Because we ran together. We pat not squabble behind LaSalle because LaSalle, he had that squabble.
So it's very important that the young generation hear this so they know that some of their ideas may not be well thought out. So tell me, there was an incident that occurred at a party in Long Beach, and it was A.B. brother.
He got killed by Willie Gaither.
So do you know any more information to that, or you don't want to talk about it?
I don't want to go in detail on that, but
could you tell me what year that happened?
I was at Willowbrook. I can't tell you the exact year it happened, but it took a lot out of A.B. He lost his brother. It took a lot out of A.B. You feel me? But it wasn't he didn't get killed based on no gang thing. You feel me? And when that happened, at one time Long Beach and Compton didn't get along because of that. You feel me? But that wasn't based on no gang thing. That was based on the city thing. You feel me? But that took a lot out of A.B. and A.B. was a beast when that happened.
Yeah, because the whole city of Compton rolled behind that.
Yeah, A.B. was a beast behind that. You feel me? One man wrecking crew, to be honest with you. A.B. used to have two partners he ran with. Lester Beatty and Mark the Bear from Front Hood. A lot of the homies don't know him because they moved to Texas like in '73. But them was the dudes. Listen to me. Them was A.B. partners. And they did their thing with that.
And that incident, I mean, the feelings behind it, emotion about it, and all the energy that went into it carried on over to the 80s.
Yeah. And I ain't started liking Long Beach cats, so I went to prison. They killed my big homeboy. You feel me? You know, we used to go to the Pike and fight them dudes when we was little. You know, but when I went to prison, I started meeting some reputable dudes from Long Beach. Dudes, I even met Willie Gaither. Me and him got cool.
Okay.
But he a good brother, though. He had got struck out on a 3-strike case. He a good brother. That wasn't personal. That just be business, man.
Right.
You feel me?
What was instigating those fights in Long Beach?
Well, that's, you know, wherever you go, shit, if you came over here when we played baseball, we might want to fight you if you didn't live around here. That's just how, you know, when you go on the wrong side of town, it's going to always happen. You feel me? People.
I want to rewind a little bit. What year were you born?
I was born in '59.
When year did you land in Compton?
About 62.
So where did you come from?
Came from the east side. I was born in L.A. 49th and Hooper.
Where's your family originally from?
Louisiana. Delhi, Louisiana. My cousin used to have a market on 131st called Delhi Market.
What year did your family land on the east side of Louisiana?
My grandmother and them moved out here, man. My daddy and mother moved out here, I think, like in 1940. Moved into Pebbles. It was all my uncles and aunties, the Slaughers. Then they moved on 55th. On the west side, white folks started letting blacks cross Broadway and Main. My grandmother moved in businessman on 55th and Main. Right? My mother moved out here. My mother and father moved out here because at first, when I first came out here, it was white people still living in Front Hood. My homie could confirm that, right? So, you know, moving to Compton and Gardenia was like you moving to View Park. You know, shit, I come from a 2-bedroom house, man. My sister slept in the living room. Shit, when we moved to Compton, man, we ain't had to go to the wash house no more. Mama had wash and dry. You feel me? All that good shit, you feel me? I only had to share one room, one bed in the room with my other brother. We both had our own bed. We, you know, it was 2 people in the room instead of 2 bunk beds on the side. You feel me? And we moved in pretty houses. Everything around here, man. Front Hood used to look like Beverly Hills at one time. Houses was real neat, pretty, manicured grasses. I ain't have to go to Carver Park or Mona to go swimming. It was swimming pools in certain backyards we can go swimming at.
What year are we talking?
This in the early 70s.
Were there any white boys in Front Hood doing that?
Yeah, I got a white boy homeboy, Lubo.
What's up?
Love him to death.
So look, Grandma came out here, Mom and Pops.
Yeah.
What did all 3 of those people live?
My mother worked at security. It's a wig building on Florence and Avalon, but they used to be Security Pacific Bank. My mother was the manager of that bank for 25 years till they shut it down. Then she started being a lab technician at General Hospital. Right, my father was a butcher. He worked at Farmer John for damn near 40 years.
Butcher money, bought a house in Compton?
4-bedroom house. 4-bedroom house.
So when you first landed in Compton, what was the gang scene like?
Wasn't no gang scene when I first came. I was a baby. When the banging first hit, man, I never forget, right? My cousin Big Ali had got shot. I was like, just graduated. Nutty Block. He had got shot up at Compton High. I was at Willowbrook. You know, Crippin' just, you know, when Crippin' hit, man, everybody wanted to be a Crip. Nobody wanted to be nothing but a Crip. Police, I mean, the news meter put it all in, on the news meter so tough, it's like, that's like having a big wheel.
So your first memory of Crippin' was when you was at Willowbrook?
When I graduated from El Segundo and hit Willowbrook in 71, I knew I was gonna be from Front Hood because I was already from Front Hood, I was here.
Well, I'm trying to pinpoint when you became Crip conscious.
Right then, as soon as I can say this, about 72 when I first went to LP. I had to be Crip conscious as I was gonna lose something up in there, get my ass whooped or something.
So when did the kids in the Front Hood area adopt Crippin'?
It's always been Crippin' over here. It always, since my era, it always been Crippin'. 1971 is when we adopted Crippin' over here.
Okay.
In 1971.
And who's responsible for bringing those?
Shit, you know, my big homies. The ones that Kenny from the Pocket name, Bruno and them name. Them the dudes that brought Crippin' to us. They just brought it. My big homies brought Crippin' with a fashion. That we ain't have to always wear khakis and croaker sacks, that we can put on some Taylors and some Stacey Adams and look fly with Crippin'. Like Nipsey say, fly Crippin', Front Hood had that fly Crippin'.
This is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to figure out the exact date.
I don't know, I couldn't give you that one, homie.
And who from the east side of LA is the one who mingled with these Compton kids in the front and convinced them to push this Crippin'?
Well, Raymond was a dude that hung everywhere. I met Raymond in Compton, but Raymond was a dude that functioned everywhere. You feel me? So if you want to see it from the east came the west, from the west, you know, it was always east side, west side Compton, right? But for me to say what person personally from the east side came, I couldn't tell you that. You understand what I'm saying? I couldn't say that, you know? But I know we was always Crip conscious in Front Hood since 1971.
So let me throw this out there too. There's a debate going on right now. Who are the original Compton Crips?
What?
And I'm gonna throw the names out there.
All right.
You go from there. You got Carver Park.
Yeah.
You got Front Hood.
Yeah.
And you got the kids in the Grandies.
Yeah.
What you say?
Well, we ain't gonna forget Park Village. We ain't gonna forget Spooktown. Spooktown is a branch of Boot Hill.
Who's the original Crip hangout in Compton?
The Grandies. Every real Crip hung in the Grandies. That was like Crip headquarters for Compton. So when I had a big homie stole a big truck back in the day and took it to the Grandies.
Everybody got drunk.
Everybody got drunk.
Fun time.
You feel me? But the Grandies was headquarters. Like, I had cousins from over there. See, everybody, the Grandies wasn't, 165 is they hood, Nutty Block is they hood, but I had cousins from 165. So I used to walk from Front Hood just to hang with my big cousins and them. They ran with Keely Welch and them, Mike T and them, so I wanted to run with them dudes when I was little. You feel me? So this is how I also got to meeting older dudes that was older than me. This is how I met Raymond. You feel me? And a lot of people get the misconception of Raymond. Raymond didn't want to see all us gang bang. If I had a choice, I wouldn't want some of my homies to be a banger. You feel me? But I used to meet these dudes since I hung in Nutty when I was little, because my cousins and them was from 165, and I used to hang out over there.
So Raymond Washington does have footprints in Compton.
Raymond Washington got booked for, he went to Centennial. Most people don't know that. Raymond went to Centennial for a hot second.
Now that you bring up Centennial, what years were you at Centennial?
I went to Centennial from 74. The year I would have graduated been 78, but I went to YA.
And what gang ran Centennial from 74 to what?
To 78?
To 78.
We ain't gonna say what gang, I'm just put it like this.
Who was the dominant force at Centennial?
Crips. When I was going to Centennial, Crips was the dominant, that was a Crip school, even though Bloods went there. That was a Crip school.
And what Crip sets were at Centennial?
Front Hoods, Corner Pockets, Mona Parks, and Corvers.
How was that possible? How did you guys coexist with the original Piru Street Boys at the same school?
Let me put it this way, man, with no disrespect. If Centennial was where Willowbrook was at, they wouldn't have went to school. I'm gonna put it like that.
Because back then in the 70s, it wasn't real easy to be a Piru.
Listen to me. Now, it's a lot of them dudes I got a lot of respect for over there. They end up being, some of my childhood friends, we end up getting tight in jail. But they was outnumbered. You got 4 Crip sets. Basically, it was like Campanella's went there, Fruit Towns went there, West Side. But if LaSalle hit the school, it was like that was LaSalle High. You feel me? They was scared of Little Lottie, you feel me?
Who were some of the big Piru names that went to Centennial between 74 and 78?
Terry Carter went there when I was going there. Richard Johnson, Ricky Duncan, Ricky Frazier, Bobby Frazier.
They had gang names?
I don't know their gang name, but them was like reputable dudes, you feel me?
So you got to break down the dynamics of the actual campus during lunchtime.
All right, lunchtime. You ever been up to Centennial?
No.
Well, we got a gym. We got a thing called the Senior Square, right? That's where the Crips hang out. When I was going there, we hung out in the Senior Square. Where the C was, that's where all the Crips hung out at. All the Pirus hung by the office. So we got to go fuck with them because we going to get a soda, right? I'd never forget, man. I remember they gave a dance at Centennial. My homie Alvin was there. Bodine, I don't know if Bodine was there, but Alvin, my homie Avon from the Pocket, and this dude named Frank Pettaway. I was messing with this little girl from the West Side. He asked her to dance. She said, ask Sherwood. He like, nah. I said, no, man, you can't dance with her. He called me a crab. I fired on him because I knew my big homies wasn't gonna let this big old tall dude get on me, right? And the next day, I snatched this red rag out the soda machine at the school, lit it on fire, because we used to go over there. So I'm a Crip dude, and honestly say I've been in Puddin' House. Because one of my older homies had a baby by his sister. I was shitting bricks when I seen him walk in the house. I'm like, damn, I'm in Puddin' House? You feel me? But every dude over there wasn't no bad character. You know?
They were using the word crab in the early 70s.
Yeah. You feel me? They did that. You know, you get caught up in this. That color shit really started really popping in the 80s, right? When you say, well, we had the blue rag, they had the red rag. Yeah, them was our colors, right? But man, you know how many pictures how many times I wore burgundy corduroys when I was going to Centennial with some black fishnet croaker sacks? They went on blue shit. You feel me? We didn't just get stuck on colors. We knew what they was. Like my first day at Centennial, Majority of the dudes in my area, we went up there with a bald head. Because Crips used to get bald heads. The Louisville Slug, we would get bald heads. We went up there. But I had a big homeboy. When my big brother graduated from Willowbrook, I was in the 80s. While they graduated from Willowbrook, all of his homies out in Washington took us up to Centennial for us to fight the Pirus. They want to see if we got it in us. Because we going to be there in a minute. They want us, because we'd catch them straggling. I used to go to swimming at Centennial Park and Enterprise Park. I never had a problem with that park. You feel me?
So look, not to interrupt you, but my brain is ticking. You were around when Pirus adopted the blood identity.
I'm finna tell you, man, it was a blood. Two of them went to Willowbrook with us. Ricky Fraser from Fruittown, and Stanley Pitts from Ludas Park. Stanley Pitts is like one of my best friends. Stanley Pitts used to live in the pocket. And none of us never know he was a blood, though.
You're labeling these dudes bloods that early?
Listen to me, they was bloods. Stanley Pitts was from Ludas Park. I'm finna show you how I found out he was a blood. It's a school called St. Albert's in Capitol. They used to get dances. So my brother, George Henshaw, Darren Nelson used to play for the Vikings, and Buck them. I go to the dance with them. These is ball player dudes. Man, I'm a game bang. I'm up in there, and the average white man got to play, and I start Crip walking in there. And the West Side see me, they finna get on me in the Campanellas, but here come the most powerful rules in Compton was looters. Them the ones we felt gave everybody hell. And I seen Stanley. Stanley said, oh, don't fuck with him. Stanley always lived in my hood. He lived in the pocket. Ricky Fraser had people from the pocket, so them was the only bloods that ever went to Willowbrook in my generation. So they used to say blood, but they didn't just say it. See, in the 70s, man, only way you would have heard the word blood, you had to go in the blood community.
Let me stop you right here. There's a debate going on right now in these history circles.
Yeah.
When the anti-Crip gangs adopted the blood identity. And AC says 74, 75-ish.
Exactly, because Crips was saying cuz. They wanted to have a different word to say for themselves. Blood had always been a thing. It's like, you know, when I was little, my daddy friend said young blood. He was just calling me a young brother. So they picked up the word. The disfranchise themselves being associated with Crip thing. We say cuz, they say blood.
So set up to distinguish themselves.
Exactly, you feel me? So you can say that about 74, 75, but we knew them was bloods.
While we on the 70s though, what I want to ask you is, what was the go-to method to deal with each other's differences during that time?
You had to, it was about fighting, man.
And that's what I want to make a point.
You had a
nowadays, it's not the fight. But then in the 70s, it was established. It was the fight. Talk about that.
It was the fight, and it was like. But see, when you hear other dudes talking about the fight, it was like, if I'm with my homie Boo, if they knew Boo had a squabble, they wouldn't want to fuck with me because they know if I couldn't get the squabble, Boo was gonna get the squabble. But it's about if you know you go someplace where you don't supposed to be, you got to stand up for yourself. If you put a cat in the corner, a cat gonna come out that corner. So eventually you're gonna learn how to squabble. You feel me? The guns came like in the late 70s, early 80s. That's when that gunplay came real tough. But when I first started gangbanging, it was about the squabble. We had the pop shots with the 22 rifles, the 12 gauges.
So about the squabble, right?
Yeah.
So how many squabbles you say per day or per week that took place at Centennial between Crips and Bloods?
Listen to me, it was gonna be a squabble every day, but it might have not been because they was Bloods or Pirus or we was from Front Hood or Carver or Mona or the Pocket. It might be a misunderstanding of that dice game. My first fight at Centennial was because I got caught firing tees.
You was firing
tees is crooked dice. And the Piru boy fired on me, so my big brother jumped in, and my big homie Kenny Ellison made me and my big brother jump on him. You feel me? But I got caught firing tees. I used to gamble a lot. You feel me? I had dudes like my homie Abram from the Pocket, Ray Miller and them. You couldn't fuck with Lil Sherwood. You couldn't fuck with Lil Bam. It was like it was taboo to fuck with me.
What's your official date when you started cripping?
All I know is the year, man. Whatever year that Willowbrook opened for the 7th grade, I went in that school with some blue khakis, some white chucks, and a blue bomber jacket and a blue H Deuce on.
Can you remember a time when Compton Crips and the Pirus got along?
Oh, shit. I might can say that playing baseball right here. We grew up with them. They shared that elementary with us. A lot of West Side Pirus went to that elementary school. A lot of them played baseball at this park. By the time we all got to junior high school, then met back up later on, damn, y'all from here, we from there. Some of us still kept a close-knit friendship. Like me and you can be cool, so I'd be willing to fight him. But it always like, nah, from West Side Park, I goes over his house right today. Cause his daddy was like one of my baseball coaches. You feel me? So that's how that is. You grew up with, these is people you grew up with. Just you grew up on the wrong side of the town. You feel me? Like when I went to Centennial, man, you know, I can count on one hand how many essays he went to that school.
This is why we been hanging all night and rolling on in the days in the city Compton where the cheese stay no names. Can't stop, won't stop till my best can try. Until the day I'm down, it's still up the cops. This is the game, this is